So in the previous Modern Warfare 2 news video, we talked about general information about Modern Warfare 2, whether it comes from like official sources or leaks or reputable sources. And in that video, we talked about Modern Warfare 2 dates to look forward to, multiplayer news, DMZ news, general news, and multiplayer news about Modern Warfare 2. And in that video, I mentioned that there were 2 game modes because we talked about multiplayer news and the game modes in that video. There'll be a link down in the description if you want to click on that one if you haven't seen it. But 2 of the modes about the leaked information stated that Ground War and Realism mode were returning for Modern Warfare 2019. That I want to see above all other game modes returned in Modern Warfare 2. And that is going to be Ground War and Realism mode. Now, I'm less of a fan of the general Realism mode and more of a fan of the night vision versions of the Realism mode. Now, if you guys remember back in Modern Warfare 2019's content cycle, I think it was like a year after it or something before Black Ops Cold War was leaked and talked about and then revealed, I tweeted, I think it was Joe Seacott. It was on my personal Twitter, not this channel's Twitter, but I tweeted out to, I believe it was Joe Seacott, asking if the night vision realism mode was going to be a permanent playlist or a permanent game mode. And then he replied to me saying yes, they're planning on doing it. And then like a couple days after that tweet, they made it a permanent mode. Because if you guys remember, the realism mode was a LTM. It was a limited time mode. It wasn't a permanent mode like I and multiple other people wanted it to be. Now me, I specifically wanted the night vision version of realism mode, but they just put it in one and just made it realism. Now, if you guys also remember, Charlie Intel actually reported on that tweet, made a whole tweet about it, and yeah. So, first we're going to talk about Ground War. Now, in the previous video, it's already mentioned that Ground War will more than likely return to Modern Warfare 2. I love Ground War from Modern Warfare 2019. I think it was probably one of the best modes, and I have fondest memories of the game, even though the game's like 3 years old. But I remember in the beta they allowed everyone to play Ground War, and it was so cool, it was so fun. I still have the video on my main channel. And quickly before we get into I want to ask you guys on my main channel, because this channel didn't exist until last year. I made this channel last year. I know, pretty late considering with the title, the name of this channel, Obsessed with Modern Warfare. But I have a bunch of Modern Warfare 2019 videos on my main channel, and if you guys want me to re-upload those on this channel, I would be more than welcome to do that. That's again, if you guys want it. I'm not going to do it if you guys don't want it. Part of me wants me to do it anyways, because I have a lot of beta footage from Modern Warfare 2019, and then I have a lot of footage from when the game released. I think I have some alpha games as well, I'm not entirely sure. But again, if you guys want me to re-upload those to this channel, I'll be more than welcome to do that. And if you do, I just have to give you guys a warning that because I'm using the YouTube's download feature itself, the videos are going to be highly compressed, and I clearly didn't hang on to the actual like base footage for like 3 years. I wish I did, but I didn't. So if you guys want me to re-upload it, then just know that it's going to be very compressed because YouTube's compression is ass. Fine with what they did with Modern Warfare 2019 is they just took the Warzone maps and turned them into Ground War maps. I'm completely fine with that. I don't care, especially if the leaks are true and it's the original Modern Warfare 2 maps in the Warzone map. Imagine playing 2 Modern Warfare 2 maps in the same map as a Ground War map. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's say you're playing, I don't know how they would do this, but let's say you're playing Afghan and Quarry in the same Ground War map. That would be fucking cool. That'd be dope. I don't know how they would do it because they're completely different landscapes, but they are set in, they're both desert. But I don't know how they would do that. So they'd probably have to pick a map that matches the other map. But just imagine that'd be cool. But I would also like to see unique locations for Ground War as well. So let's say IW makes an equivalent to Operation Metro from Battlefield 3 and 4. So you would be playing you'd be in this giant underground subway metro, but in the Modern Warfare universe, and it's only infantry. It's solely infantry. That means kill streaks are disabled, and that means vehicles are disabled. Or you could do like a solely city map, like what they did with Modern Warfare 2019, like the downtown area of Verdansk, but you know, taller buildings. You're fighting in skyscrapers. Like that would be so cool, and I would love to see it for Ground War. Like, so I wouldn't care if they gave us the Warzone maps turned into Ground War maps. I wouldn't care. I still don't care. And then if they gave us unique locations as well. So I think that would be pretty cool. And yeah, I'd hope Ground War returns, because it's really easy to grind certain guns as well. So like you could grind your kill streak kills for your launchers, and then you could grind your sniper rifle kills for long shots, because it's kind of difficult in your core 6v6 maps to get certain long shots for certain rifles. I think that's all I gotta say about Ground War, and the last game mode is going to be Night Vision Realism, or Realism Night Vision. Quickly, I want to apologize. I've been talking and doing videos a lot recently. It's taken a toll on my voice, along with outside being everyone's favorite time of the year to cut grass. I am specifically allergic to grass and pollen and flowers and all that, so it kills my throat, especially if I walk outside and I smell the fresh cut grass. It gives me a really bad migraine, fucks up my allergies and all that stuff. You guys don't really care, but I just want to preference that my voice hurts because I've been doing a lot of videos, plus, you know, allergies, and it's like everyone's favorite part of the year, part of the month to fucking cut their grass like twice every day or so bullshit. My neighbor actually does that, and it's kind of annoying. He like cuts his grass 4 times a week. It's very annoying. Anyways, on to the Realism game mode. So I want to see the game mode return, but I specifically want to see the night vision version of Realism. Not only because it's just badass, because it's also probably the best version of night vision in a FPS shooter game. I mean, Insurgency Sandstorm and maybe Escape from Tarkov kind of rivals that as well, because they're more, you know, a military simulation type of game. They're more focused on that. But in terms of a AAA shooter, I think Modern Warfare, what they did with night vision is just incredible. And what they did with the night vision realism mode is incredible. It's so fun. It's so tactical. I know some people don't like it because it does cater to campers, but like, let's be honest. You're not going to stop someone from camping. It's their playstyle. They're not going to stop because they're afraid to actually play the game. They're afraid to actually get good at the game, so they sit in a corner because they think that's the way to play the game, and they think they're good at the game for sitting in a corner. With the realism mode, it's fun, it's cool, it's kind of tactical, and it makes your experience all more immersive and fun. Especially with the infills in the game. I'm so glad that I know the infills are going to return for Modern Warfare 2019, and just adding that night vision to it is going to be even more incredible. But yeah, hopefully the background footage is an actual PvP realism night vision mode, but if I can't, it's going to be through bots, because no one plays the realism mode. I've only played one mode in the past couple months on Realism, and it was Realism Headquarters, but it wasn't night vision, and it was kind of unfortunate. And I hope I have 2 favorite maps in the night vision Realism playlist, and that was Gunrunner and Hackney Yard. I hope to see those maps return, especially on the night vision Realism mode. I don't know why, I just love Gunrunner and Hackney Yard. They're such a great multiplayer map for Modern Warfare 2019, especially on the night vision mode. It was so clean and so fun. But yeah, I just hope Night Vision Realism returns. It was such a fun mode, and it's probably one of my favorite modes from Modern Warfare 2019, other than Ground War, obviously. So, I do apologize, I didn't really talk much on why I think Realism Night Vision should return. I didn't really give you guys like 100% details on why it should return. I just think, personally, I think it needs to return because it's such a fun game mode, and it's actually kind of can be a relaxing game mode from like Cold War and Ground War, because less sweats play the night vision realism game mode. One thing I do quickly want to mention before we end the video here is I hope the night vision mode, if it does return to Modern Warfare 2, that the maps are actually fucking dark, because Even though the night vision game mode is amazing and it's fun and it's cool in Modern Warfare 2019, the problem with it is the maps still have light to them. And I hope for Modern Warfare 2, if it does make a return, the maps are actually dark. I hope there's zero light so people can't abuse turning off your night vision and just making your brightness or your gamma on your certain monitor or TV bright as fuck to where you can still see. Because that was one of the exploits that you could do in Modern Warfare 2019's version, is you could exploit that by just turning up your brightness, and it didn't really make sense. Plus, when you have your night vision down, you can't ADS, you can't aim down certain optics, so if you turn your night vision off, you can aim ADS without your laser being visible, and you can exploit it by just turning up your brightness. So hopefully they disable the ability to do that, and they disable the ability to take your nods off. I mean, you can still put your nods on, but there's really no point because I want the maps to actually be fucking pitch black. A part of this night vision mode, before I just realized this too, is I would like to see night vision ground war become a thing. Just imagine, especially with the new map I gave you guys in the beginning part, is imagine you're playing in the new like ground war map to where you're underground, you're in this metro system, and they could make this a dynamic part of the map, is where people can turn the lights off and then you gotta turn your night vision on to see. That would be so fucking cool. Like dynamic events within maps to where you could turn the lights off and everyone has to use their nods if, you know, the map is centered around a dark map. I think that would be pretty dope. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I do apologize for not giving you extensive detail on why I think either ground war and realism night vision mode should return to Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully they do, and I would love to see him return. I think some of you guys would love to see him return as well. But yeah, I do apologize for not going into expansive detail. This was just a video stating on 2 modes that I want to see return for Modern Warfare 2019. I'm subscribed, ding dong the notification bell so you guys know when I upload. And that's especially on Modern Warfare 2 news, because I expect us to get a lot more soon, especially leaked images and gameplay. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Obsessed with Modern Warfare.